Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events. As we thought, the area that would be targeted the most would be northeastern Arkansas, and for a little while this morning, portions of central Arkansas. If you were watching Daybreak this morning, right around that time period between 6 and 7, the freezing rain started coming down towards Cabot, up the 167 corridor, and the I-40 corridor just east of Little Rock, and caused just a mess. Cars flying off the roads. Can you imagine if that was just a little bit further south and west across the Little Rock area with all the traffic close to rush hour? That would have been a nightmare. So I hate using the word dodge, or the phrase I should say, dodge a bullet. I guess you can say we did that in portions of the metro, but for some it was not so good. Now I know the kids are like, Todd, I thought we were going to get out of school. I gave that area an 8 on the school con index, and they did get out of school. 6 in the metro. I should have stuck with my 4 or 5. But anyway, there's hope down the road, because winter this weekend is just going to rock and roll. Just some wild weather, and you're looking at off of weatherbell.com. I mean, this is just incredible meteorologically, and I think for you too, when you see how this is going to unfold this weekend. There's a boundary which is coming through in a wave of low pressure, and this is this afternoon. I'm recording this Friday, February the 20th at 3:30 in the afternoon, and this is the initialization here of the NAM model of the NAM North American model. Plain as day is the boundary here. Look at this boundary draped right over the Arklatex. I mean, you've got temperatures in West Texas in the upper 70s to near 80 degrees on the other side of the boundary here. Just walk outside, you know what we're talking about, 20s and 30s. This boundary, there's going to be an area of low pressure developing, and this boundary is part of the reason why we're getting precipitation now. But this boundary's moving up towards the north. Remember, low pressure has a counterclockwise spin. So as low pressure develops out here, you in the northern hemisphere, counterclockwise flow, you start to get those southerly winds. Remember, that area of high pressure is retreating off towards the east. You get low pressure here, and you're starting to kick that warmer air back, and there's a cold layer of cold dome at the surface, so the moisture is overriding, and you get precipitation to form. So anyway, this boundary moves back towards the north, and our high temperature for today will not be set until 11:59 tonight. Temperatures rising. This is at midnight. It's showing Little Rock's going to be in the 40s, but 30s north and 60s across southwest Arkansas. Yeah, 60s. Now look at this. This is at 6 a.m. tomorrow, according to the NAM. Incredible boundary. So that warmer air comes north. You've got 33 degrees near Clinton to mid-50s, Hot Springs, to 60s across southwest Arkansas. Plain as day, there's the boundaries. And yeah, there is a little instability where we could see some thunderstorm activity. I'll get more into that in just a second in that warm sector. So let's see, that's at 6 a.m., that's at 10. So at 10, we're in the lower 60s across much of southern Arkansas, still in the 30s across the north. That warm front never gets into northern Arkansas, and the wave of low pressure, as soon as it passes by, the cold air comes right back in. This is at noon, and the NAM is showing this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but at noon, it just depends on where. It's a very difficult temperature forecast. Where is this boundary going to be setting up around noon? If it's just 10 or 20 miles off, it's everything. 37 degrees right here in central Arkansas, but you go down here towards Redfield and Pine Bluff, 60 degrees. Yeah, 37 on the cold side of the front, and then 60 degrees. What a boundary draped across central Arkansas, but it's getting a shove towards the south. In the meantime, this is the area of the state tomorrow afternoon that could have a couple of thunderstorms with it, with some gusty winds and maybe some hail with that. So there goes the boundary. We're back into the cold air by tomorrow evening. Sunday looks very cold, and boy, let's just Monday morning. Teens and 20s for lows, and on Monday noon, we are not warming up. Monday is going to be a bitterly cold day. It's showing temperatures Monday at noon still in the 20s. What about precipitation, Todd? You might ask. Well, I might have some with that. Let's just pick up the NAM. This is simulated radar. There's the boundary. This is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you're getting possibly some thunderstorm development here out ahead of that frontal boundary in southeastern Arkansas. And indeed, in that time period, you see the Storm Prediction Center has put, and you're going to see a lot of this, they've changed the way they do things, and I don't like it. I'm not going to use this very much. A marginal threat for severe weather. That means it's not quite to the slight category. You know, we use slight, moderate, and high. It's saying it's just marginal is just one little step below slight, and then there's going to be enhanced, which is between slight and moderate. I'm going to go with the Ryan Vaughn approach. It's just slight, medium, and high, low, medium, high. When you start adding categories like this, I think maybe they're gearing this more towards the emergency management side. I don't know, but for public consumption, I like to keep things simple. For myself, for you, it's not a slight risk. It's a little bit below that, but this is the area of the state to watch. All right, I'm off my soapbox about that. But you're going to see a lot of that going into the spring season. All right, and then that moves away. Here comes the cold air Sunday morning. Sunday at noon, the 32-degree lines at noon Sunday, so that cold air is coming back. Look what's happening out here in Oklahoma and Texas and the Panhandle. A wave of low pressure. This time, we're not talking about ice. At least not, there could be some, but not much. Yeah, late Sunday. There it is, Monday morning. It's showing, and the models have been showing this. I think this would be snow up here. 32-degree line with this quick moving wave of low pressure. So this would be very fast moving. There's the freezing line south of Little Rock. So Sunday, next time period to watch is Sunday night and into Monday morning for a quick hitting area of, I'd say mostly snow at this point, but there could be a little ice mixed in with that. And this shows you precipitation type. I'm just going to go out to Sunday at noon. A new area of high pressure coming in. There's that 32-degree line. There's that wave of low pressure. I don't think this is going to be all that significant, but we'll watch that forecast. And this would be snow. This is at midnight. So it's late Sunday, early Monday morning, just a quick round. And then it's showing yet another round possibly for southern Arkansas. And I don't necessarily agree with that at this time. So a lot still to watch. Kids, you're saying, I want another snow day. Well, you know what? Monday may be something to watch. And if it looks like it's going to pan out, there just could be a school con index issued on, I might do it late Saturday. If things continue the way they are, the way they're showing up, I'll more than likely do it on Sunday if the system does look like this. Again, fast-moving way low pressure. But just another very strong Arctic high builds in for the beginning of the week. I mean, you saw that boundary tomorrow. That's going to be really fun to watch to see where that, in the temperature contrast, you could drive 10 miles and go from spring to winter. It's going to be that sharp. And then that cold air roars back. A lot of talk on social media, too, about down the road. We're talking about Thursday, Friday. Models, of course, they were showing 2 feet of snow, which I thought was absurd. Backed off on that somewhat and shows it coming out in pieces, I think. So there's something interesting to watch still at the end of next week. Winter is just making up for lost time. And thank you for trusting us here at Channel 7. Thank you for trusting me here on the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.